Hey, 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 how are you? Today we are talking about creating a routine around self-pleasure, a routine around enjoying time with yourself, with your body, speaking kindly to yourself, touching yourself, and experiencing yourself in a way that feels really good. And if you're like me, there was a lot of conditioning and stories growing up of what was good and what was bad and what was right and what was wrong. And I'm really here to tell you that we can start to create new stories that don't include wrong or don't include the shame stories and the spirals that we normally can go into. So today I really want to open up this idea of creating a routine and some of the things that I do and I've been helping FitMamas do to create a more of a sensual self-love routine and a routine around taking time, taking space, taking moments to touch ourselves and experience ourselves in ways that we want to be experienced, in ways that we want to be spoken to, in ways that we want to be loved. And until we really connect and are able to provide that for ourselves, we end up in this continuous spiral where we're not satisfied. So this is about creating satisfaction for ourselves first and creating routines for ourselves that we get excited about. It's not another thing on the to-do list. It's a thing you get to do. And that is so exciting. You get to feel, you get to experience yourself. So when I created my, in the beginning, when I was a little bit more uncomfortable with masturbation, with touching myself, with things that I thought I should or shouldn't be doing, I really created a safe environment for myself. So I was all alone. I did not feel like I wanted to experience this with anyone else. It was a solo practice, and I encourage that to be yours in the beginning so you can start to feel yourself. If you have no experience with masturbation, if you haven't had an opportunity yet to experience yourself and touch yourself and feel yourself feel really good and make yourself come and orgasm and all that good stuff, then this is a huge opportunity for you. So create the time and space for yourself, whether that is when nobody's home, which may or may not be simple for you to do, setting yourself aside a space where you are alone and nobody will interrupt you. So maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it is a space thing. Maybe it's a communication thing with your partner or family that you need some time and space. And communicating this effectively and asking for it, setting those boundaries and being in that space. That's really number one. If we can set aside that time and really ask for it, whether we have to ask anyone else, that's one thing. We don't have to ask for permission, but we can really ask for space and time. And this is a really great practice, whether it's for exercise, whether it's for grocery shopping or cooking or doing anything that you want to do that helps you feel good. Setting those boundaries is a really great place to start. So I like to set a time. And in that time, at the beginning particularly, I used to set some mood lighting. So that sounds kind of like a little bit woo-woo and like maybe weird to do on your own, but it's really not. And I'm a person who's very much into atmosphere. And so what I did was I had it's a salt rock lamp, like a Himalayan salt rock, which it gives a beautiful ambiance. So turning that on, it kind of just feels good. Turning on some music, setting a mood, whether it's darkening the lights or opening up the curtains, getting some sunlight, locking the door, feeling really safe and feeling like you can explore yourself. Feeling like this is an opportunity to get connected with you, because that's what self-pleasure is really all about. And when we can let go of the shame stories and we can start to experience just the sheer pleasure of it, it's an enjoyable experience, and it becomes something that we can get really comfortable in, and then we get to share that experience perhaps with somebody else or other persons. Get some things that make you feel really good, that set that mood, that make you feel really safe, really happy, and really just at ease. Number two is you got your hands right here, okay? So you might have your dominant hand. You might use both your hands for different parts of your body. This is your body. So becoming comfortable with it, using the tools that you have right here is a really great start. Your hands will provide you much pleasure if you have not yet experienced that. And it's a beautiful opportunity to practice when you have this time and space set up for yourself and you set up a beautiful mood for yourself. You can feel really safe in exploring your body, what feels good, and it just feels good to explore. So start by exploring with your very own two hands. Another great thing that I like to introduce in my masturbation routine was a vibrator. There are so many different vibrators and dildos, and that'll be the content of another video. But in the meantime, just realizing that a vibrator vibrates, so it's moving at a very fast speed. So think about your hand. If you're moving your hand at this kind of speed, it takes a lot to move as fast as battery operated or plug-in a vibrator can move. So you're really gonna up the frequency and the vibration of your movements over your clit or all around your vulva and all the good feels. So as you're playing with yourself, really consider, could toys enhance this? Could putting something inside while I'm touching myself enhance this experience? Those are questions you can ask, and there's no judgment. And when you ask yourself these questions and you don't judge, you can be open to the answer and see what you really feel like enjoying in that moment. I personally enjoy vibrators. I enjoy dildos. I enjoy having my partner there while I'm masturbating to enhance the experience, but these are potentially progressions. But we have our amazing hands and we can do a lot of things right here with our own body. Number 3 is getting into a place where you're not distracted. So you set the mood, and maybe your phone is, you're using it for your music, but set it aside and have all the notifications off so that you can just really just be there, right? Turn those notifications off. Don't have a limited time frame. Set yourself the time and space, set yourself the place, and give yourself the opportunity to play with different toys in addition to yourself. That will feel really good. Number 4 is start to notice how wet you get, or start to notice how it feels to orgasm. Start to be more present for your pleasure. And I'm telling you, it really, really, really is such a beautiful thing to start to notice and really revere, if you will, how beautiful your body is. I like to give thanks for my body. I like to touch my body, tell myself how beautiful I am, how good it feels to be alive. I thank my organs for keeping me alive. And while I'm in a zone of self-pleasure, it just feels really good to start to notice my own body. Notice how beautiful I am, because when you get aroused, your whole body changes, from the face, from your heart rate, from the way that your yoni looks, your vulva, your clit, all the lips and the folds. It's the most beautiful thing. And if you can start to notice it and embrace it and be like, wow, it feels so good while I'm getting wet. It feels so good to come. It feels so good to orgasm and feel this good. And just being in that space to notice how good it feels and compliment yourself and allow yourself to feel all these good feelings, it's just a beautiful thing. And it enhances your entire experience of life, let me tell you, if you can enjoy self-pleasure. Number 5, not that it needs to end in an orgasm, and not that this video is going to end in an orgasm, but I'm telling you, if you haven't been having daily orgasms, and there are many orgasms, that will be a video of another day, I can get into that, but having a daily orgasm, having daily time and space to touch your body, to feel, to really just pleasure yourself, unapologetically enjoying moments spent alone with your body, feeling pleasure. This is a true gift of being human. And this is something that you really, really, really can enjoy if you're open to the experience of enjoying more pleasure in general. So number 5 is really to sit with an orgasm, to figure out what makes you orgasm, and you can have really many different kinds and experiences. All kinds of things will trigger them. Different ways of touching yourself, all over different fantasies that are going on in your mind or thoughts. Again, many, many stories and videos I will shoot regarding orgasm, but in this particular case, what I really want to emphasize is sitting with the orgasm. So as you start to get better at creating orgasms for yourself, you will be able to get them to be enhanced. As you start to feel comfortable enough to orgasm and you start to feel your whole body experiencing orgasm, and you can sit with it and you start to make noises, and I'm pointing right here to my throat and opening and sounding and breathing and sighing and just elongating the orgasms through your own enjoyment of them. This is next level, and I'm telling you, it will bring you so much pleasure. It will enhance your entire life, whether you are single or you have a partner or partners that you are enjoying. This is really about getting to know your body. This is really about pleasuring yourself. This is really about speaking to yourself, loving yourself, admiring yourself, revering yourself, and being so grateful and filling your heart with gratitude for this body, for how much time is spent, way too much, berating ourselves, putting ourselves down, telling ourselves how we should look or what we should do. And I really want you to feel encouraged today to take some time for self-pleasure, to really sit with your orgasms, to be with your body, to lie there in freedom, naked, and just admiring yourself. This is a gift that we can give ourselves, and this is something that really truly feels good, not only in the moment in the bedroom, but it enhances your entire life and your health, because orgasms are life, legit, and your health will improve on every scale if you are having more orgasms. That one I guarantee for sure. The clarity you're going to get, the feeling of confidence, the feeling of peace, the feeling of safety and love, the dropping of your ego and not feeling like you have to prove anything, just enjoying, just pleasuring. And not every self-pleasure experience needs to end in some kind of big climax. Each and every time you sit with yourself and create space for pleasure and touching and intimacy with yourself, you absolutely will free yourself from the old stories and the old conditioning. And it feels damn good. Take it from someone who has been doing it and who has been letting go of these stories for well over a decade now. And it's a journey, and becoming fully present in the pleasure that you can enjoy in your own body, that is your birthright. It's brave, and not each and every one of us might be ready for that, but when you are ready for that, you are going to enjoy it. So take my word for it. I encourage you to enjoy pleasure with your own body. Why not? Enjoy it now. Have a great day. Namaste.